Welcome to yet another episode of Your Life, Your Money. You would have seen Mutual Fund Sahi Hai campaign. A great campaign, a great information about the mutual fund. Mutual funds as such are great investment tools. But a set of people shouldn't be investing into the mutual fund. To invest in mutual fund, you should qualify for certain criteria. In this episode, I'm going to talk to you about which set of people should not be investing in mutual funds. Stay till the end of the video. I have listed about 13 category of people who shouldn't be investing into the mutual fund. Check if you are the one. If you are the one, then either you have to correct yourself or you shouldn't be investing in the mutual fund. This is NRI Money Clinic for you, and I am Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt, your financial guide for a happy living.
NRI Money Clinic. No hype, just the right advice.
Number one, if you are a person who is wanting more than 20% of return CAGR year after year for a longer period of time, you shouldn't be investing into the mutual fund. Why? I see in my mutual fund a return of more than 20%. I see mutual fund schemes which are given me 30, 35, 40% rate of return. Then how do I say that you should not be investing into the mutual fund? The argument is very simple. What happened post-pandemic is one-off event. Markets went through the spike up. That's because people saved a lot of money, governments infused a lot of liquidity. As a result, market went through the roof. But this is not the story of every day, every year. There is a formula by which you can figure out how much of returns you can make from the mutual fund. Mutual funds generally give you a rate of return which is equal to the nominal GDP figure of any country. For example, in case of India is growing at about 7% plus or minus 0.5% here and there. Then you add the inflation, that gives you the nominal growth in the GDP. If the GDP is growing at 7% real terms, add inflation which is about 5%, 7 plus 5, it gives you 12%. So you can add another 10% on the upside. That's because GDP includes services, manufacturing and agriculture. Agriculture doesn't grow at such a rate, whereas services and manufacturing grows at a faster pace. Therefore, to expect something between 12 to 14% as a long-term average based on the data points what we see today is reasonable. If your expectation is more than this, either you should temper your expectation on the downside or be prepared for that kind of a return. Now, don't look at the past track record and say, I got it and extrapolate it to future years, thinking that you will get so much of a return. You will be up for root shock in the years to come. So if your expectation is more than 20%, you shouldn't be investing in the mutual fund. Number two, if you are expecting quick returns, you want to make quick money out of mutual fund, then you shouldn't be investing in mutual fund. Mutual funds are great investment tools. They make a lot of money for you in the long run. But to expect mutual funds to perform immediately after you invest is asking too much. Sometimes markets do not climb up at all. They may remain stagnant for years together. I've seen markets not doing anything for 10 long years, not in some foreign country, but even in India also. 3 years, 5 years of non-performance is perfectly normal in the marketplace. So if you're a person who is looking to make quick returns by investing in mutual fund, you shouldn't be investing in mutual funds. Number three, you are a person who do not have a belief in the evolution system. Evolution is something slowly changing, sustained changing over a longer period of time. That is evolution. Evolution is something which is natural, which is sustainable, and which will last long. If you do not believe in evolution and you are a person who believes in revolution, mutual funds are not for you. What are mutual funds? They invest into the stocks or bonds or anything like that. How does the mutual funds grow in value? It's because of the underlying growth in the economy. When the companies grow, when their top line grows, when their profitability grows, when the earning per share increases, that is the time they gain value and their price will increase. In the short term, their prices will become very volatile because of the liquidity, a lot of money chasing the stock, or liquidity drying up. That means you have valuation but there is no liquidity. They will not give you the value. All these things will happen. But in the long run, the mutual funds make you money only because of growth which is happening in the economy. And that cannot happen like a 2 minutes noodle. It takes time. So show me one company which grows at that terrific speed. It takes time. They have to recruit people. They have to come up with the ideas. They have to develop products in the R&D. It should be marketed. So it takes time. It takes decades together time. So unless you have a belief in an evolution system and you give the required amount of time, mutual fund may not meet your requirement. So mutual fund is not for a person who does not believe in the theory of evolution. Number 4, you have no goals in life. If you have no goals in life, then mutual funds are not for you. Mutual funds are excellent investment vehicles to reach your life goals. Your life goals are something like retirement corpus building, children's education funding, wealth building, or building a corpus to buy that car, vacation, whatever it is, which requires 10, 15, 20, 30 years or the long term. So the longer the time horizon that you have to reach your life goal, mutual funds serve you the best. But if you say, I have no life goals, I'm investing this money today, I will take this money 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, 2 years down the line, I would say better do not invest in mutual funds. Number 5, I am a person who decides should I invest in mutual funds based on what news I get to see on the television or what I read in the newspaper articles. If you are a person who is investing money in mutual fund because of the news that you see, you shouldn't be investing into the mutual fund. Mutual funds have nothing to do with the news. News can create aberrations. They may give you sensational news telling that this fund has given a lot of returns over a shorter period of time. That may create an emotion of greed in you, and you come back, and after you invest into this, the prices may fall off. So if you are a person who is investing in mutual fund only based on the news that you come across, then you shouldn't be investing in mutual funds. Number 6, if you're a person who is investing in mutual funds, looking at the Google ranking of different funds, then you shouldn't be investing in mutual funds. Does it mean to say the Google rankings are wrong? The answer is no. Google rankings will do the Excel sheet about these funds and it will calculate how much of return it has given. But that is a rear view mirror. That is a measurement of what happened in the past. Your interest is not what happened in the past. What is going to happen in the future? That Google will not decide it for you. And many times the numbers that come on the Google or any app or any channel for that matter hides a lot of information. For example, now look at the situation now. Before pandemic, the Sensex was at about 40,000 level and it dropped to 26,000. Now from 26,000 in 2020 to 86,000, which it peaked in 2024, it moved up a lot. Now you calculate the return based on the 4 years what markets gave and extrapolate it into the future or adjust this return to the backward 10 years, it completely misses the point. So if you see a particular reading on the Google or any ranking app, then you have to ask this question: is it that the fund is giving me year on year? Is it that the spike which pushed up the prices has created this kind of an aberration? You should have a mind to introspect and check why these readings are coming. If something is growing at 20%, 25%, ask yourself a simple question: how much could be its value 10 years from now? Does it look practical? If it looks practical, all that you have to do is go back 10 years, 15 years, 20 years and find out where was the valuation. Suddenly you will realize if you calculate it backwards, no, it will not correctly add up. Then it will tell you the story could be something different. Therefore, if you are a person who is investing, looking at the Google ranking, what it gave in the recent past, the mutual funds are not for you. Number 7, I am a person who wants to invest in equity only. That is why I am investing in mutual fund. If you want to invest in equity only, there are better ways of investing in the stock markets. You can buy directly the stocks. You can get into PMS. You can get into a set of AIFs. You can get into ETFs. There are better methods than to invest in the mutual funds itself. Mutual funds are great investment tools when you have to put proper asset allocation. You want to control your exposure to large, mid and small cap. You want to invest a portion of your money into commodities. You want to put a portion of your money into the debt instrument. You want to maintain a conservative bucket. You want to maintain a hybrid bucket. So you want to design your portfolios in a scientific way. That is where the mutual funds come very handy. When we say mutual fund obviously has expense ratios. But if you want to do only equity, I want to do stocks, I don't want to pay that 1%, 1.5% as an expense ratio, you are better off buying the stocks directly than investing into the mutual fund. But for over 90%, I would say more than 95% of the people, mutual fund is a better medium of investment than direct stocks itself. So think about it. What is that you want to achieve? If your idea is only I want to put in equity, I should get highest return, I should have a multi-bagger, then mutual funds are not for you. Number 8. I have my life goals, but I don't have time to achieve the life. If you are 58, 59 and your life goal is retirement building is your life goal, you are left with 1 year or 2 years. If you do not have time, in such a case, you shouldn't be going and investing into the mutual fund. Let's say your children are going to college at 17 years and they are already 16 years, they are in 10th or 11th standard. In a year's time, you need that money to pay for the education fees of these children or the expenses that come with it. Then you shouldn't be investing into the mutual fund. You should invest in mutual funds only when you have more than 3 to 7 years period of time. Longer the time, the better. The minimum period, which is about 3 years. Ideally, I would say a 7 years plus time horizon is the best time that you can make money in the stock market. Therefore, if you don't have time to reach your life goals, then mutual funds are not the best vehicles for you. Number 9. I'm investing into the mutual fund because my friends are investing into the mutual fund. Why? If your friends are investing in mutual fund, that's not a reason for you to invest in mutual fund. Your friends could be very knowledgeable. Your friends could have done research around it. Friends could have time to reach their life goals. Their ideas about mutual fund could be different. Do not invest in mutual fund because your friends are investing into it. Rather, get inspired from your friends. Find out why they have invested in mutual fund. What is the purpose behind it? How do they do it? Or take the professional assistance and understand the pros and cons of investing into the mutual fund, when it works, when it doesn't work, how much to put the money, how to build a portfolio. When you form an opinion around that, that is the time you should be investing into the mutual fund. Just because your friends have invested in mutual fund, that doesn't mean that you should be investing into the mutual fund. By the way, I'm a mutual fund distributor. I have been in this line for decades together. If you have an intention to invest in mutual fund in a scientific way, build the portfolios, make sure that you reach your life goal without taking undue risk around it, NRI Money Clinic can help you. Our services are available for you to invest through the mutual funds in India. If you have an intention to invest in Indian mutual fund, all that it takes is we have given our number in the description box. We have also provided a link over there. Click on the link, send us an exploratory message. Our team of experts from NRI Money Clinic are ever ready to help you design proper mutual fund portfolios to create those scientific, well-designed portfolios which can help you reach your life goal. Why do you delay? Send that message right now. Number 10. I will invest in mutual funds only if there is an NFO. NFO stands for New Fund Offer. Often, the manufacturers of these funds come to you at regular intervals of time and say, I have this new fund. This will invest in this particular theme, this particular country, or it does this. And it is the best opportunity for you to latch on to the scheme because it's available at a NAV, which is at par, and you get attracted to it. There is no attraction to subscribing for any NFO. If you are a person who is investing in mutual fund only because of an NFO, you shouldn't be investing in the mutual funds at all. I'll tell you a story, or I'll tell you my own life experience. I have been in this line for decades together, and in my entire career period of time, probably I would have told people to invest in 2 or 3 NFOs till now. Otherwise, in our practice, we don't take NFO serious at all. Why? Because NFO is old wine in new bottle. The regulators have done a commendable job to reduce the number of schemes that are available for the investor. In spite of that, the manufacturers will somehow find a reason to float NFOs. NFOs are great asset gathering tool for these manufacturers. So when the NFO comes, people get attracted to it, they open their purse and they put in a lot of money into the mutual fund. Other than this purpose, it doesn't serve any other purpose. There are plenty of schemes which are proven in the marketplace, which are capturing every possible opportunity that is there in the market, and you can do it. There is absolutely no need for you to latch on to any NFO. You may ask me a question. The existing NAVs are 100, 200, 150, whatever it is, whereas I am getting something at 10 rupees. Is there a merit in it? The answer is no. We have done a specific video on our channel. There is no merit on subscribing to an NFO just because its NAV is 10. Let's say that you are going to invest 1000 rupees, and if this NAV is 10 rupees, you will get 100 units. Let's on the other side look at, I'm going to invest in a scheme whose NAV is 100 rupees. And if you invest the 1000 rupees there, you will get 10 units of the fund with a 100 rupee NAV. Now let's imagine the market when it moves up, what happens? Let's say that the market moves up by 10%. At 10 rupee NAV moves up to 11 rupees. A 100 rupee NAV moves up to 110. So multiply 110 into 10, it gives 1100. You multiply 11 into 100 units what you got at the time of investment, it again gives you the same figure of 1100. So the market moves by percentage terms. The NAV of a fund has nothing to do with its attraction. It is a marketing gimmick, and you will fall flat to this particular marketing idea. So if you are a person who is investing because there is an NFO around, you shouldn't be investing in mutual funds at all. Point number 11. If you're a person who equates volatility to loss, then you shouldn't be investing into the mutual funds. A volatility is up and down movements in the price. Today it is X, tomorrow it is X plus, day after tomorrow it is going to be X minus. The prices up and down movement, you equate it to loss or you equate it to profit. Price moving up and down is part and parcel of mutual fund investment. If you are perturbed by when the prices will fall, then you are not a good candidate to invest your money into the mutual fund. Volatility is not loss. Volatility is just normal. Why do you have to see volatility as something that you have lost money? The headline newspaper articles, the televisions, everybody say Sensex collapsed by 2000 points and the investors lost so much of their money, so many lakhs of crores of rupees. Suddenly you sit up and check how much money did I lose. In reality, because of these movements, you neither make money or neither you lose money. Let's imagine that your spouse has purchased some gold jewelry and you have paid certain amount of money, and next day the gold prices will fall. Are you disturbed because of this market fall? The answer is no. You will never get disturbed. I haven't seen a single lady till now who said I'm worried because the gold prices fell. We get worried only when the mutual fund prices fall, when the Sensex Nifty falls. That is the time when we get disturbed. The volatility is not loss, but if you try to sell out of your fear, thinking that you will make more losses, then a notional loss will get converted into real loss. So remember, when you are investing in mutual fund, volatility is not a true loss. It is just a notional loss. All that you have to do is stay wherever you are. Don't do anything which will convert this notional loss into real loss. So if you are a person who is worried about the volatility, then you shouldn't be investing in mutual funds. Number 12. My risk profile is conservative, ultra conservative. I have limited amount of money. I have limited amount of time to reach for the utility of that money. If I lose that particular money, I do not have a withstanding ability to withstand that volatility or the real loss. If your risk profile is conservative, you don't have that much money, you don't have that elbow room to give the extra time for the prices to come back to its normal. In such a case, you shouldn't be investing in mutual fund. It's just not in the mutual fund. You shouldn't be investing in any risk bearing assets like gold, silver, mutual fund, stocks, ETFs, index fund. Anything you shouldn't be investing in. Rather, the place where you have to go and park your money are the bank fixed deposit. Dear viewers, I have told you some of the set of people who shouldn't be investing in the mutual fund. I presume many of you who are watching this episode have already invested into the mutual funds. I would like to hear from you. Have you done the mistake of investing in mutual fund because you are belonging to one of the category? I would like to hear from you. Give your observations and experiences in the comment section below. Number 13. If you are a person who does not believe in beating inflation to create wealth, then you shouldn't be investing into the mutual fund. The very reason why you invest into the mutual fund is with the purpose of beating the inflation. Wealth gets created only when you beat inflation. The money what you have today should be worth more than what it is today in some point of time in future. That is called beating the inflation and creating wealth. And if you don't believe in this principle, then you shouldn't be investing into the mutual fund. The major reason why you invest into the mutual fund is because the wealth can get created only when you beat inflation. Mutual funds are probably the finest vehicles which can beat inflation in the long run. So if you think beating inflation is not something which is your top priority, then you have no reason to invest into mutual funds. Dear viewers, hope the video that I have done today helped you to sit up and ponder for a while why you are investing in mutual fund. And the video that I have done today probably would help you to invest in mutual fund in a proper way, setting up your expectation in a proper way. By the way, if it helped you to focus properly because of this video, do give me a thumbs up. If you are somebody who is yet to subscribe for this channel, please hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon. Do not forget to share these videos with your near and dear one, friends and relatives, and on all the WhatsApp groups on which you are connected with. Thank you very much for watching this episode on NRI Money Clinic. I shall be back with you with yet another episode of Your Life, Your Money next Friday. Till then, stay safe. Jai Hind.
Press the bell icon for more details and subscribe our channel.